Hey y'all. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place tonight. I got this finished and I was like, okay, we're just going to drop it and get it over with. Well, it still won't load. It's all ready, it's all done, but for some reason it's stuck in the prep stage on YouTube and has been for hours. So, it's because it's such a huge file. Um, that's what it's doing. I'm trying to airdrop it to myself right now, but it's such a huge file. It's going to take a while. So I think what I'm going to end up doing, I hate to do this to you guys. I know there's only a few of you here because I've been all over the place, but I think I might push it till tomorrow. That's what I think I might do because I know there's a lot of you that want to watch it now, but it is literally stuck. So what I might do is just restart and let it do it overnight because usually that loads the best. Sometimes YouTube takes forever to load and other times they're super fast. It's like the trickiest shit. It's so weird. And I don't know if it has anything to do with like the size of the video, but anyways, how are y'all? Plus, I honestly don't know. I also don't want to send everybody to bed in the mood that they're going to be in after you see this too. Like, I mean, there's many different factors. I thought about that when I asked earlier and I thought about mentioning that, but this is heavy. This isn't fun. This isn't a laugh. This isn't nonsense as opinion. This is extremely dry. This is extremely triggering. It's extremely emotional and it's a complete breakdown in their words. I give context to a few pieces and dates. But other than that, it is 3.5 hours of pure, complete, vile, putrid, disgusting mockery of trying to humiliate a man's life. It's hard. I have worked on this for 48 hours and finally I said, I gotta put it up. I can't add, I can't tweak, I can't anything anymore. I can't do it because I can't watch this crap and just keep like taking it in over and over and over again at all. So I was like, nope, I just need to finalize a couple pieces of it and just put it out and be done with it because rewatching this stuff and seeing how disgusting it has been. Remy, I was thinking about that. I don't know if that is possible because I don't know if you can splice it back together. Well, I could always do that in StreamYard if I could. I'll stay here with you guys for a few because the airdrop one is still trying to go through. It's just it's 3.5 hours, but it's an emotional dump. Like, and I don't want anybody to feel like they have to sit through this because I know this is a very open wound for a lot of people. This topic is extremely important to a lot of people. And it's something that people don't quite understand until they understand it. And that's one of the worst things that anybody could ever imagine. And I don't understand it in that capacity as far as my significant other, but I can't even imagine. So this is a heavy one. So it definitely needs a heavy trigger warning. We'll see if it goes through. Maybe it's telling us we all need to go to sleep tonight and wake up and be able to process it. But I also don't want to send you guys into the weekend in a bad mood either. Tazzy, you're fine. I'm not. We're still waiting on it to load. I just came live because I was like, Oh, Remy, it's so long. Hey, y'all. Sorry, I'm not even reading all the comments. It's a lot. It's a heavy one. It's like, for me, and I think that's the problem for me. And let me be honest. This is a topic to me that there's been so much drama around. There's been so much drama that we have had to weed through and sideline distractions, all because I attempted to tell the truth of a man's story. This had nothing to do with me. Nonsense is not a part of this story. I'm not a character in this story. I'm not an important part of this story. I am nobody. I am a person that had a voice and made a mistake. And in order to right that wrong, I started looking and opening my eyes, and I got here because I saw how incredibly wrong it was. not because there was any other motive involved. But the sideline drama, the craziness around this is one of the biggest problems in America right now is suicide. And we don't have the resources to help the people in need. But we, as a society, are paying $18,000 in 1 month for a content creator to exploit a loved one for entertainment. Where did that line go? And it's sad because in order to like try and hunt and peck and find little truths here and there has been so many people that don't want that because it affects them in their coin purse. Like that's, if you think about it, it's really tragic. There is nothing about this that is funny. There is nothing about this that has been enjoyable. And can you imagine being in their shoes? Can you imagine? If there's anything at the end of the day that I've learned through this whole process is family doesn't mean blood, which I already knew, but this just really confirmed it. That people who have been in similar situations to this or feel really passionate about this because they've lost somebody or something like that, it is super easy to react out of emotion instead of intelligence. Sorry, you guys, I'm on my little pedestal over here. You guys will be proud though. I did not give all these disclaimers. I didn't like the video is very stale nonsense, but it's what needed to happen. You know how uncomfortable it is that they've made me a part of this story when I don't even know this man or his wife? I'm not a part of this story. I'm not doing this on behalf of any person except what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And we as a society should not be okay with the exploitation of somebody's attempted unaliving. And pure epic destruction was intentional on that family because some people on the internet got pissed off years ago and held a grudge. Like, think about that. No. Oh, Sheila, my video is still loading. That's why I came live, because I was like, and then we just got to talking and I was explaining what this video is. I was explaining that this next drop, and I said, maybe the universe is telling me something because it's taking forever to load this. It's a 3.5-hour video and it is not fun. It's putrid. It's disgusting. It's vile. It's some of the worst displays you'll ever see. It's 3.5 hours of their words over the last year and what they've done to this family. Some examples of the behaviors that have happened and some big things that I think some people missed because the story has completely been twisted. So it's an extremely heavy video. It's not, I didn't give an opinion in it because this is, at the end of the day, my opinions in this don't matter. Nonsense doesn't matter in any of this. I called them irrelevant. I'm irrelevant over here to this story. The story stays the same with or without creators, or it should, because that's what facts do. They stand on their own. But rewriting history has been, it did, Kathy P. Okay. It's like taken forever. It's been attempting to load forever. I was like, okay, I'm good to set it at 7. And then I was like, I better give it till 7:30 because it was still stuck. And then I'm like, oh shit. Okay, maybe it's not loading. And my airdrop's still on, not even, let's see. My other one's going to go through before this one does. Oh, damn it. Oh, Sheila. Yeah, no, I'm just, I think I had to get done with this one. I'll be honest. Like, this one bothered me because I could be at this for days and days and days. There is endless clips of vile, disgusting behavior. Like, it's where do you go? Which part? Which time? And this has become such a like a battle of creators, and it's people are missing the point. and the seriousness of how heavy this shit actually is. And at the end of the day, this is a human being's life. Where have we gotten to that we come out here and him and haw and make up all these stories about potentially announcing somebody's passing away? What does that say? It's a lot. It's a lot to watch this shit. And here's the thing that I think people didn't realize either. Like I don't participate or watch those people for a reason. So the one thing that happened when none of you got on panel the other night, I actually watched a stream. But then I heard some things that were said and I got curious, so I went back and watched the other things. And that's what got me, and I was fucking livid. Livid. And I'm like seeing this in my head, because I know the clips because I've put them all out here and done all this shit. So I'm seeing this unfolding in my head and I'm like, wait, there's this though. And this is a perfect example of this. And this is why they can't have communication anymore. And I'm like filling in all these gaps and I'm trying to explain it to people and they could not understand what I was seeing. And they were like, if you go down this road though, you're opening Pandora's box. And I'm like, but this isn't about me. It's never been about me. Why am I going to let them make it about me now? Like, I'm not doing that. So hold on. Damn it. Y'all, we're still at 71%. So I took nonsense out of it. I gave context and dates to a few things, but I ran their words, their stories, how it went from their perspective, things that they were a part of, because there's family members saying, oh, I wasn't a part of this, or I didn't do anything wrong. That wasn't me. That was so-and-so. But when you sit and condone things like this, it doesn't give off that same perception to other people. It's just crazy. No, Kathy P, absolutely. They don't want to. There is a purpose in this, and it's not about the story. It's about drama, bullshit, smearing creators. Like they're in a whole different world. But I couldn't sit back and not use my voice, because if there's one thing that I've done for the last year, it's been consistent and I've kept my focus no matter how much bullshit was thrown at me or how many sidelines. And if you think about it, sit back for a moment and think about every drama that has gone on, from the Dono Girl stuff and the confusion with that and all of the people here and there. And I mean, just the complete and utter chaos, Erica, like everything. If you look at all of the pieces that connect, they're all the same. That's the scary shit. They're all the same. I don't have a past history with any of these people or any, I can't even say I hate the one chick. I can't hate her because I pity her. That's a bad spot. But these people don't know me. It's just how people have made their choices of how to maneuver over their hatred for other people. This story isn't a drama story either. This is a real life tragedy. A real life tragedy. And it has gotten taken way into the drama arena. Like pulled right in the drama arena. Sorry, you guys, I'm probably going to have to drop it tomorrow. It's still not. It's on 82% in the prep stage. Oh, we're moving in the prep stage, but it doesn't, then it just goes back to 1% again on the prep stage. The universe is telling me something. And it's sad. It's sad. Like, I won't go back and forth with that or engage there or anything, because for me, that's just a never ending. That's never ending, right? And plus I don't, you lost my respect before you probably even had it, a few of you, because the insanity of just the chaos instantaneously. Like, it's not, well, let me sit back and see, like, watch what this person does. It's just instantaneous because they assumed I was somebody I wasn't. Like, that's for me, like, whoa, I thought we were adults. But if we're at that level of thinking, like, okay, cool, I just don't play like that. Like, I can't deal with people like that. So for me, it's, there's nothing in it, right? There's no fun in it. It's all just an endless headache. So when they go back and forth and want to go low, like, again, take yourself out of this. And here's the other thing. I have to say this, and I'm going to say this out loud because I really thought it was a joke. I saw that as list of what she wants her and Nunya to debate or pull receipts for. Every single one of her points involves her. When did you become a part of this story or a piece of this story? Shouldn't you be wanting to learn the facts of what happened in this story? The claims that you guys have made? Wouldn't you want to see the proof of the actual foundation of this story if it was about Marvon? And every single one of them is like, hey, what have I done? Have you guys seen it? Have you guys seen it? Somebody sent me a screenshot of it today and thought it was a fucking joke. So I had to ask. Sheila, Cocktails and Crime. I was so disappointed. I was so fucking disappointed. I'm still fucking disappointed because I have avoided entertaining the distractions all along for purposes just like this, because every single advocate before her had a self-serving purpose in it, just like she does. That's disgusting. I thought you wanted to learn the facts of what happened. I thought you were concerned about Marvon. Oh my gosh, hold on. Let me read them to you. I was just like, so there's certain things that I will not participate in, and that's one of them. This story is a mockery for me. So number one is proof Vada paid $125 for her interview with Molly or the other way around. Nobody gives a fuck. But that's her number one. Nobody gives two shits about her being in Molly's Patreon for a couple months and begging Molly. I don't care who paid who, what, where that came from. I don't give two shits. Has nothing to do with Marvon's story. Nothing to do with the truth of the story. Number two, proof Vada doxed Penelope. Oh my God. Proof Vada doxed Judy Beal. I don't know how that would even be factual because Judy was doxed way before by Molly. Like, oh my God. I think I need a sign-up sheet for when they decide that they're a part of the Misinformation Cronies or included in when I speak of them, they, all this shit. Oh my God. Proof Letitia's Cash App was designated towards lawyer fees. There's one. Please go check Facebook. There's a million posts. Jesus. These are all super answered, like in 2 seconds, fake screenshots from the admins of the Facebook group. You should probably go catch up a few lives. Cut cropped audio that nonsense tampered regarding Molly. Oh my God. You can only show that so many times and say the same thing over and over again before it becomes a moot point. Danielle's police report. I don't know much about that or what she's asking for. December 6th court date. Not sure what she's asking for. Proof threats were sent to Letitia. Proof of threats were sent to Letitia. I don't know. Is she asking us for proof that we threatened Letitia? Is that what she's trying to do? Because nobody over here threatened Letitia. I don't know. It's just fucking weird. Yeah, Kathy P, all of this has been. That's why I thought it was a fucking joke. I really genuinely thought this was a joke. I thought somebody did like the Unidocs letter thing type of thing. I really thought that. Nobody did, Nana L. And I have screen recordings of all of the messages that Letitia was ever a part of too. They're on Facebook. Like, we watch this stuff go down. And then the other one I can't really understand it. 13, proof of the YouTube something commentary tweets are real and not fake regarding, I don't know what that one says. But if it has anything to do with Twitter, it has absolutely nothing to do with me. And there's another one that's covered up in this screenshot, but none of those matter about Marvon's story. None of those are about Marvon's story, though. Do you guys see what I'm saying here? And I know, like, Nunny and I, and that's what people don't understand. Well, they should. We look at this completely different, in a different lens. I respect the fact that Nunny is willing to entertain this stuff. But for me, this doesn't change anything. This won't shut down anything because, unfortunately, no matter what they've attempted to tell her at this point in time. She's not the one that controls the misinformation and hasn't been a part of that or the spread of that. Her seeing the light or anything like that does not affect the very people who have exploited this to its lowest. And that's what's hard for me. So for me, it's like, and I know Nunya has a totally different perspective and more power to her. That's the thing is I respect how she moves and what she does. But I also see this in a totally different realm. And that's okay. But I also don't play with people who claim they have to double up on their meds to even review a stream of mine. That's Michelle type shit to me. And I ain't willing to be the one to have the name because they would love that at this point. They would love to put nonsense in the middle of something else. I ain't giving you that. I have been done so dirty by so many people and smiled in my face as they're doing it. I'm not about to just continue to sign up for this bullshit. And you know what's crazy, Hope? I think I've talked to you guys a few times. We did the one members only stream. Is that the only stream I've done this week? I've been working on preloads. Okay, I'm trying to finish my uni docs and do some of the segue stuff because this is important to me. This is important because this story should have been used as an educational thing, if anything, and only by the people around him. Like none of this had to get here. Wait, what? Wait, what, Kathy? Is that the other one? I can't see what's behind. There's two in the screenshot I can't see. Something, it looks like something retained something. There's 13 on here. I can't see 5, 6, and 7. Is it 5, 6, and 7? Yeah, 5, 6, and 7 are cut off the screenshot that I've got. But 90% of those have nothing to do with the story. And it's just, it's really frustrating to sit back and think like people think that this is going to do anything. No, that is no different than any of the other advocates that have came apart. They just weren't trying to channel build. And yes, I will 100% say it. My channel exists because of Marvan's story. You're right. That's why it's really important to me to do it right. That's why it's really important to me to honor his name. I can't help with anything else. There's so little that we can even fucking do, which is really sad. But I'll be damned if I start disrespecting dignity for Marvan at this point. I'll be damned if I sit back and let anybody fucking fuck up the work or twist the shit that I put hours and hours and hours into that are still unmonetized. That are still unmonetized. And I'm proud to say 99% of those, the big ones from back then are. I've tested a few to get them into the algorithm. But other than that, most of them are still unmonetized. This story shouldn't have been about money. It's about a man's life. Wow. Kathy P. Wow. That was uni. That was uni that said that, wasn't it? I remember reviewing a stream of uni recently, and there was something about a potato head with STDs or something on Twitter or some bullshit. Isn't that where that came from? I think that's where that came from. Hey, Beth. Hey, y'all. Sorry, I'm just sitting here. I'm still trying to get this freaking thing is at 47%. Yeah, and here's the thing, Darby, too. Like people, I know people are like, well, Becky's going to review that and rip her ass, or why didn't she hit her channel yet? First of all, I'm trying to be respectful to allow Nunya to have that conversation because if I'm to make complaints at this point in time, it would be poor her. See, they just don't want to see the truth, blah, 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 blah. You know that that's exactly what they're hoping for because the victim status over there is strong. So I'm not about to give them that. So I'll let them get through their battle. I said what I said. That's all I had to say about it. It's over with me. Yes, that was Uni. That was Uni that said that. There's absolutely a video of that too. Something about a potato head and something because I was so fucking lost on that. So lost on that. What the hell? Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Plus, the other thing is like, I just can't. There's a whole lot of like, I'm 40 fucking years old. I'm 40 years old. I am not about to fucking sit and go back and forth with two women who I'll never meet a day in my life. I'll never, ever, thankfully, have to be in the same room with them. There is so much more that I can do in the world than entertain them. I'm sorry, y'all. That's not even fun, though. Like, who wants to hear the shit that the disgusting shit that comes out of her mouth? Kyle don't talk like that, and he's a fucking railroader. Hope. So that is one thing I am doing. So just so you guys know my plan. Sorry, that's why I'm not dropping it. It will be dropped tomorrow. If you guys want to check out, please do so. I will drop the full thing tomorrow afternoon. I'm sorry, it's not loading. I might just restart it and try to load it again. I don't know what the fuck is going on with it. I'm so sorry. Um, but Hope, I am going to after this one. So I've decided that there's two more that I am hell bent on doing. It might not be this month, this week, because I want to finish the Unidocs series too. Absolutely finish that because that's actually been funny at the end of it. Like, I've enjoyed laughing my ass off at it. I'm sorry. It is fun as hell to watch that little punk at this point in all of his spins. You just got to laugh because it's pure insanity. So, this is a totally different arena, but I want to take, I have so many clips of all of the interviews with Senior and all of the phone calls, not all of them, but a large majority of the ones with Letitia. So anytime Letitia was on panel with them and anytime Marvon Senior, and I want to separate them out. And I want to explain the story from each of their perspective because everybody confuses so much of what happened where when it's very clear cut who was behind which piece. So this whole like mixing them together and each of them getting a pass because they weren't involved with one certain piece. Oh, that don't fucking matter. They both had major influential roles. One just had more of a front end and one has more of a back end. They're very different in how they've maneuvered, but there's a very clear path for both of them. So I want to take us and separate them out and do a Letitia and a Marvon perspective in their words from their mouth. Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, my opinion about this doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter because I'm not here to give you my opinion to make you believe my opinion. They say I don't drop facts. I drop their own fucking words. How much more factual can you get than that? This is what they claimed. This is where they changed that. This is the information that debunks that claim. I mean, how much easier can it get? What? Oh, Susan. You have a whole community of people mad at you because you disowned this woman who threw her dad. You know what? Everybody, here's the thing. I don't know why people are mad at you, first of all, because each story is so individual. We don't know what's going on, right? We don't have a clue. We're not in that person's shoes. We don't know what that person has caused somebody or not caused, or, we just don't know. So for us to give such or be mad at somebody, like I can't even be mad at these people for I'm mad at the way they have no control over their behaviors, that's for sure. But and the bullshit the low levels that they're allowing themselves to go to is disgusting. But at the end of the day, this is such a personal journey for each and every person. We can't really judge that, right? Like, I don't know. It it's so different in each individual case. Like, it's until you know every detail, like, I can't judge somebody's situation. I don't know. In this situation, I judged the hell out of it because they showed me who they were. In the beginning of this, if you go back, I was actually disappointed in how many passes I gave these people and how kind I was in the beginning. I was so kind. Yes, smiles. Abso-fucking-lutely. I know. Hope. Smiles, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's the hard part is because the people who have been invested, Smiles, Sheila, um, there's so many of you that have been here from like day one, and I could go on and on. I'm just picking a couple that I just looked up and saw. There is like we've watched the story unfold and progress and things change and stuff. And each person was drawn to the story in the beginning because of a personal connection, some sort of emotional pull 9 times out of 10 with this story. 9 times out of a 10, it was an emotional pull to the story. There was a connecting piece on one side or the other. So watching this evolve, and it's the same people that are heavily invested. Like, it's the same group of people who have been here from day one. But it's crazy because the ones who have been a part of the lies are hell bent to protect those lies at all cost. A large majority of the middle people just gave up trying to figure it out. And then those of us that are like, nope, we're seeing this through, are still right here telling the exact same story. Nothing's changed. And it's like this broken record at this point. People think Nunya and I are absolutely freaking ridiculous because we can spout this off like the back of our hands. That's how we got to the spot, because we double checked, triple checked, checked ourselves, had other people check us. Are we sure we're right on this? Is this really this? And so many games were played. The admins from the Facebook group, like, I don't even think some of these people understand that the admins tried duping us in the get-go with alts. There was a whole shit ton of stuff that popped off in the comment section on my Facebook with the admin group. They were going at each other. I had no idea what the hell was going on, but just sit back and do. Smiles, you were around for that. I know that. It was crazy. Oh, what up, Truth Seeker? You popping your head out of the bushes today? Hey, the truth. The truth was there for all that shit too. Did you see who wrote the news article? Which one, Hope? Because there's multiple. So the one was JLR, and then the SNBC 13 is a pen writer. SNBC 13 is just kind of like a smut internet tabloid that they grab onto trending stories and write articles about it. It's nothing really more than that. I don't know who writes for those articles or those columns or whatever. I don't necessarily think that it's anybody we would even assume it is, possibly. Hey, Marlene. Hey, Helen. No, it's okay. My video was having a hard time loading anyway, so I just started to talk to you guys for a moment. I'm going to drop it tomorrow, Helen, because it's 3.5 hours of complete insanity. Well, I edited down what I showed you, and I had to give it up. I was like, nope, I can't continue to watch this. I can't continue, because the more I was like, oh shit, what about this? What about that? I can go clip and put and put. And next thing I know, I'd have 18 hours of a video. And so I just had to put it to bed, because it's an emotional dive. It is an emotional dive. And words have power, is one thing I realized. Words have a lot of power. And it doesn't even take somebody that you have ever had contact with to get upset with you and attempt to destroy your entire life in the flash of an eye. complete random stranger that you've never had anything to do with can come out of the woodwork in the blink of an eye and absolutely try to take everything for you. Nope, the truth, it has not. Absolutely not. So it has been 12 days since their initial drop. Actually, it's been more than that, hasn't it? It's been 13 days. I'll give them 12 to be nice. And not a single person has ordered a death certificate for Marvon to this date. So that is public record. You can check it yourself. They list everybody that orders death certificates, birth certificates. It's all listed. And not a single person has ordered a certificate on behalf of Marvon. Now, what that says, I'm not exactly sure. In the big scheme of things, I know what my genuine feelings are. I probably feel very comfortable in those feelings. But at the end of the day, there is no confirmation whatsoever. And that's what this is. So I took their June 16th video of Marvon Sr. talking, and I interwove clips of examples of why she might not be communicating with them or so anxious to reach out to them. Examples of the very things that were done, the very things that were said, the very lies that have recently been twisted, such as how the first hoax went. I took those and wove them in to June 16th and then June 20th when Marvon Sr. tells the story again. And then I cut and compared and contrasted all the different twists in the story with their own words. That's what this is. It's a lot. Hey, Heels. Hey, True Crime Dime. Hey, Stargazer. Hey, T. Sorry, y'all. I'm not even saying names tonight. Walking your dog right now. You're using talk to text? Yes, Sally, it does. Yep. It absolutely does. 100%. And that's the thing is there's all sorts of information. So he was also a Marine, right? There's ways that people that are service members that they're listed that, there's a ton of different ways. And so many stories have been told on this that at this point in time, in a situation like this, it is black and white, right? It is, this is what happened. Here's the proof. That's it. This is a life and death situation. It is not this like, well, well, I think we called this person or we called that person, or I'm not really sure who we called, but we're going to say whoever we called, blah, blah, blah. This is life and death. It says a lot about the person when you don't have that 100% confirmed and you are so comfortable coming out here and saying that. Oh, Marlene, yeah, I actually broke it down in the end of this video so they can see the shift in the words and some of that stuff, so. Yeah, Pussycat, they did a lot. Absolutely a lot. Yes, the truth, but the recorder isn't. And here's the other thing, the truth. So even though it's a closed record state, his biologic adult siblings could have ordered one. There's also stories of them ordering one in the first time and it came back blank because biologic parents could, and then it switched to they couldn't. I mean, the stories have just changed so many times. It's just too much. So 100% truthful, my gut tells me it's none of my fucking business. And at the end of the day, no matter how I feel about it, it doesn't matter because until there's proof shown, I ain't believing shit. I ain't believing shit from no one. I don't even trust my own fucking shadow anymore. At this point, I'm sorry. Nope. There ain't a fucking thing I trust out here at this point. These spandex shorts, they're probably about to fail me too. Yeah, hope, exactly. And that's the way it should be. That's absolutely the way it should be. It's just too much. It's really too much. Some of y'all, I I had some of the girls watch this yesterday to see if they could see that what I was seeing. Like, can does this make sense outside of my complicated head? Because I'm a very visual person, if you haven't realized, and I have kind of a scary photographic memory in ways. It is absolutely hard for me at times to like articulate what my vision is and what I'm seeing because I can literally like watch them say something and be like, "Oh my god, put that clip right here, put that clip right here." And it walks the story on its own, right? Their own words. But you cannot I can't put that into words to make that make sense to Amethyst and Nunya. I can't make them see what I'm seeing. I can't tell Revival, Smiles, Sheila, "Hey, this is what I'm seeing," and make it make sense. It don't work like that. It just doesn't. With videos like this, it doesn't. So I threw together a really rough draft of it and I was like, okay, let's see how this works. And unfortunately, even then, I forgot about so many things. So rewatching some of this, I'm like, oh, and then there's that, and then there's this, and then there's that. And I'm like, this is a never ending pit of doom. Never ending pit of doom. Yeah, Pussycat, they've never really even, hey, Lurker. Susan, which part seems strange? It all is strange, to be honest, Susan. It has been like I would be the last to tell you that this is in any way, shape, or form okay or normal. But the sad thing is families like this get exploited so often. Like this is really tragic, but unfortunately, there's a lot of shit that goes on. Makes it hard to get closure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Pussycat, they've never really gone over that police report. You notice that? Hopped right to the 911 call and the body cam, but they never really gave attention to the police report being closed. So I went ahead and did that for them this time. You guys will see that police report. Well, not the whole thing, just what I was comfortable or felt was appropriate to get the ending, this is final type of thing without breaking any type of confidentiality of anybody's or overstepping, like people don't need to know about the kid. Like they don't need to know a bunch of that stuff. So I shared 2 pages that I've shared previously of it that make it very clear what this was, what this is, what this was, and what it's always been. And I made sure, so it's overlaid an awful lot on purpose because they didn't want to be honest with that in that entire thing when I came out. So it really amped up, like the craziness with Molly really amped up when I dropped the police report and talked about it and said, this report is closed. Like it's closed. It was closed as of November. I think Rabbit and I both talked about it the same night, possibly. I can't remember how that all went down, but anyways, we made sure people knew that it was closed, right? That this report was done. It was finalized because we didn't even know. So coming back and looking at it and realizing they really tried to play that off. But Molly was out doing something, shopping or at dinner. I can't remember the exact circumstances of where she was, but she like canceled it after we came live and said that the investigation was closed. She canceled whatever she was doing and rushed home to get on live to play that body cam footage in that 911 call. And Senior and Wynette were thanking her for playing it. Your son's worst day of his life. You want strangers on the internet to watch over and over and over again. For what? His worst day. You want that out here so his kids have to see it? They cheersed it on. Yay! And you'll see a bunch of that tomorrow too. It's just sad. It's fucking sad, really. It's really sad. And you know what? Here's the thing for me. Even if Vada and EKC saw the light, Vada is being used by them. It's only a matter of time. They'll try to continue to play it, say I'm wrong and that she won't. She is just like the rest of them. And I hate to say that, but she will be used and thrown out too. And then she'll be in chats looking for a new home. Fuck her the long way. You're not welcome around me. That ship sailed. You'll say, oh, I would never come around you. Bitch, You want to be accepted. It's totally okay. But I'm not even in the cliques. I don't hang out with the clicky groups. I'm a loner and I prefer it that way. I do that by choice. I stick to myself for a reason. I love a lot of these people, but I am not in the cliques. So for me, it's never ever that ship sailed. There's too many fucking people out here on the internet in the world that are great human beings that deserve attention and kindness and love and positivity and friendship. I ain't ever going to accept that bullshit back in here. Never. None of the people around Mallory didn't do this type of stuff. Gina didn't do this type of shit. But this one jumped all in. Hey, Phoenix. That's damn right. I do have my own island. And at the end of the day, if there's only 5 people here on that island, I'm cool with that. Because at the end of the day, those are 5 people that can say that they are independent thinkers and strong-willed. And they can sit back and not have to be a part of every little fucking thing and be okay with that. You want the truth. The truth matters to you over fitting in with the clique. I don't ever want to sit there and condone shit just to be accepted into a group. Think about that, y'all. They have to condone this shit. That's absolutely disgusting. And I would hope they would be disgusted if it was their family member that it was being done to. But they have to condone that shit to be accepted and have friends that are fake as fuck to them on the internet. Fake as fuck to them on the internet. They condone this shit to have people be nice to them on the internet. On the fucking internet. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, shit, Marlene. I read the rest of that. Never mind. Hold on. I thought you were saying something good at first. I'm sorry. Right, Pussycat? You would think. Well, Kathy P., I saw that. Somebody sent that to me and was like, can you say she wants to wear your skin? I'm like, hey, it's cool. It's the cool thing to do, I guess. Marlene, I hope everything goes well in the move. I'm sorry he's got colon cancer. Ugh. So sorry. Does that make sense to you guys? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? If you have questions, please ask, because sometimes I get misconstrued and then, well, certain people just do that intentionally, and other people I don't give a shit because I don't got time for that. That's the other thing. I gave up trying to seek acceptance to fit in the cool kids club years ago. Like I'm never going to be that girl that does that. Never. I am a grown ass woman with a whole ass family. I don't got time for that shit out here. Like I just don't. And I hate that. I also hate that though too, because I would love to be in like a group chat with you guys and like get to know some of you guys on a personal level and like engage and develop relationships. Am I guarded? Hell yeah, because I don't have time for the bullshit. Like I don't want somebody around me playing games. So I guess I'm just more the type of like, because I am 100% what you see is what you get. It is, I don't care. I'm not going to adjust my who I am to fit somebody else's comfortability. Like this is just who I am. So it's hard because people will genuinely like buddy up to you, especially out here. It's so fucking weird because they think that there's some I don't know, self reason, like the creator thing. I don't like how people like look up to creators. Does that make sense? I don't want y'all to look up to me. We're all equals. I guess it's awkward for me. And I don't want anybody to ever feel like, and you guys are all like, and I'm not saying that about any of you guys because I don't get that vibe from any of you. None of you. You guys are all like super respectful, kind, caring, whatever. But there is this, I've seen it happen with Molly a lot, Betty even, where people like look up to them and like envy them. And I'm like, we're all equal. We're all equal. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't want that people to do that. I got what you're saying. Thanks, sweetie. Okay, Hope. Thank you. All right, y'all. Pussycat, that's me morphed into Mrs. Doubtfire. That's what they call me. They say I look like Mrs. Doubtfire, so I made myself into Mrs. Doubtfire. That's my lashes. Yeah, Kathy, that's why I connect with the people I do though, because it's a lot like that. Like that's why I connect with the islanders and the people over here because it's a lot of tough crowd. It's a lot of tough personalities. It is a whole lot of fuck you, find out. It's a whole lot of strong ass females. And I like that because, well, uh I just can't stand weak, like not weak in the sense of like everybody has is weak, right? Everybody has weak moments. But the it's not weak. How do I say it the right way? It's the don't want better for themselves and like are okay with just putting up with the bullshit. Just I don't know. I guess it is weak-minded. It's like really weak-minded. I don't know. And it's sad because some people are genuinely ingrained to control the narrative and they're very controlling like personalities and they use people like that so fast out here. Oh, the real angel, you didn't miss anything. I was going to go live and drop my video, but then my video is still it still hasn't loaded all the way yet. So I just decided to talk to you guys for a little bit instead cuz I'm gonna have to drop it tomorrow. But then I was given a background of like what this is because this isn't a fun video. This is a raw, real. It's rough, and I hate to do that. Like to knowingly like this is a triggering one, but I think people need to be reminded of what this is. Oh, Pussycat, he disappoints me more than anybody out here. I think honestly, I he triggers the shit out of me, as most people know, but um I think I'm disappointed in him because I think I see more potential in him than anything, and he is a huge disappointment to go along with the things that he has done multiple times, time and time again, and been an active participant in, knowing that he has a background in things that this would never make sense. But he's okay with the narrative being pushed for whatever purpose they see fit. I mean, I can't get down with like that shit. Hey, Pugs. No, pussycat. It's one of those things, like, until you see something for somebody, it's a totally personal journey. When people see something in somebody, it's not really necessarily blinders even, but then until you can't unsee it, like, that's just kinda what everything is. I think so too. Weak in character. Yes, Stargazer, that's absolutely, Beth. I agree with that. I agree with that. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off here. I am babbling, and I want to go watch TV with Kyle now that this isn't gonna drop. So, and fall asleep. I was even prepping myself because I got up at 5 this morning. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna be up 3 hours past my bedtime probably. And I was like, yes, I can do this. Well, no, I can't because it's still not loaded. It's still not freaking loaded. Tomorrow, as long as it loads, which it should, I'm gonna restart it and try it again off the other device. But I will drop it tomorrow. Should I do an early day stream or like a later afternoon? Should I do the normal noonish time? I know a lot of you guys will catch the replay, but should I do like the noonish time or should I do like a 2, 3 o'clock? What works best for you? Because it's a pre-record basically, so I don't even have to run it. I can just drop it. Oh, Pussycat, that doesn't shock me. See, here's the thing. I don't care if you liked them or anything. Like, there's a lot of good people that like those people. There's a lot of good people that fall for that. There's a lot of good people that have been manipulated in this. Not everybody is horrible. They're horrible people because of their behaviors. Do I think maybe there's something in there for a couple of them? Maybe, but the further this goes on, the less I feel that way. Anytime afternoon, later afternoon. Gosh darn it. Afternoon's good. Sheila, what time later afternoon? Anytime afternoon. How about a 4 PM? How about a 4 PM one? So 3 PM Pacific Standard Time, 6 PM Eastern Standard Time, 4 PM my time. What about that? 3 Pacific, 4 Mountain Standard Time, 5 Central Standard Time, 6 Eastern Standard Time. Or we could even do 2. Okay, that's perfect. Let's do that. He'll be on the replay crew. You have a one in though because you had to watch the first round to help me out. So you probably aren't going to miss a whole lot. All right, that's what we will do. I will get it uploaded and set for tomorrow. Thank you guys for letting me vent and chat, and thank you guys for accepting me, for like continuing to show up for me and understand. I can't even explain the support that I get from you guys. It's truly touching at times, and that's why like I think there's my fight is so different than a lot of the other people's, but I see the same fight in so many of you, and I get it from that perspective. Like our fight is so different, and it's what keeps us in the focus that we're in. And I think I continue to say, like, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm disrespecting more than just Marvon by allowing this stuff to continue to like just be twisted. The more I stay silent, there's been, I mean, one other channel that's been really hammering this shit home for the entire year, and that was Puny, who just used it for the same type of games. And I'm so glad Nunny's taken on certain pieces of, whatever she's doing with that one. I'm just, like I said, I'm disappointed in that fucking list. But that's just on the one side of it. That's just not how I've ever seen this story. So it's just weird. But anyways, I'm not about to give up now. Set the notice, please. Absolutely, D. I will. Y'all have a great night. Thank you guys for hanging out. Go ask Alice. Hello. All right. I will check my messages, y'all. I've been terrible about that too. Y'all know when I get into the editing shit, I just go dark. Like anybody can tell you, I disappear, straight up disappear for 24, 48 hours if I'm in the editing hole, because between real life and editing, I can't. My kids' life is too crazy in the summertime for me to be like, I can't juggle that many things. Good night, y'all.